Hi Capricorns, and welcome to your May 2019 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. I hope you're doing great. If you've seen any of the other readings this month, you might have seen that in the sort of Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn side of the wheel, I have felt quite a heaviness and quite a tightness coming about, and this month of May really is coming in to bring forth the appropriate karmic lessons, experiences, and teachings with which to lighten your load just a little bit and to make your experience a little bit more manageable. Okay, so yes, Capricorns, I must warn you that in the month of May, anything which really is not good for you or anything which is creating a lot of karmic heaviness in your life may start to dissipate, and sometimes that doesn't really look like the best thing. You have so much major arcana in your reading: the Star reverse, Temperance reverse, the Sun, the Emperor, really, really strong. So you will remember this month of May. I always say if there are three or more, you'll remember the month really clearly. So something memorable will happen here. I feel that memorable decisions are made or not made for some of you. There is such an emphasis on give and take, who gets what in your life, who receives what you give, what you get, as well as a lack of clarity that starts to clear up as well. Seven of Cups reversed is really what pulls my attention the most. It's been coming up for quite a few signs this month, and for a while now. I've actually gained a lot of understanding about Seven of Cups and new information about it as I've been reading on it so much lately, because it just can't stop itself from coming up. The lack of clarity, the unsureness about what we're investing our energy into, what direction we're going, why we like what we like, why we feel compelled to do what we are compelled to do. These types of motivations and motivational psychologies within are really being emphasized. We're in a Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter retrograde, okay? And no wonder Scorpio, Sag, and Capricorn have felt so heavy to me, because all of their planets are going retrograde, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think that retrogrades get a little bit of a bad rap, and sort of get confounded with something that is inherently bad, when it is not the case. Retrogrades are merely a backward motion. We have to have backward motion sometimes. Like our cars have to go in reverse. If they didn't go in reverse, things would actually be much more difficult to maneuver. So there will be something over the next few months, Capricorn, and I'll see. You will see my Saturn retrograde video, which will be up next week. So stay tuned to my channel with a subscription if you haven't already, and I'll talk more about that specifically. But yes, this isn't really the month to take huge risks or to stay too status quo or familiarly the same. Okay, so this is the thing with Saturn retrograde. You have to integrate. Temperance is reversed in your reading. You're struggling to find balance. You're struggling to either make a huge change or to not change anything at all. You've got to find the middle ground. And then you've also got to understand why you might have a bit of a destructive force within, or a destructive desire. Seven of Cups reversed often indicates that we're seeing that the things that we want are not good for us, or are not really going to serve us for very long. And we start to ask those, difficult existential questions, like, why do I want something that can't really ever be something real for me? And that's really the question that I feel you to be asking this month, Capricorn, and understanding who, what, and which things are real in your life, what is obvious, what is clear, what is free from this extremely decisive energy which you have found yourself in. A lot of you are probably feeling discouraged with the decisions you need to make. A lot of you are probably feeling as we say in the South, wampacharnied. It's a crazy word, I know. Yeah, we have that saying, like, when you're completely out of alignment or out of spectrum, you're feeling a little bit wampacharnied in the South, in the Southern United States, that is. So yes, Capricorn, now you're realigning yourself in the month of May, and probably for the next few months coming, is a time of realignment. So you've had about a year of that Saturn transit. Really, what doesn't work has been made clear. The limitations which haven't been met have been made clear, and this is the time where you change, where you make some kind of change with that, and you start to become more aligned, more clear, and more understanding of what you need to do. Temperance and the Star reversed in your reading, that's a little bit of a hiccup for me, because it just says to me that you're really not wanting to actually give to yourself. And of course, that's not going to be right for all of you. Some of you do great, but you need some like Queen of Pentacles energy in your life. You need that Star and Temperance energy to be wholesomely dedicated to yourself and towards your vulnerability and authenticity. It feels to me that some of you might be having a betrayal of your vulnerability, or feeling like you're with someone or in a situation that betrays your authenticity or vulnerability. And this must be met with warmth. The Sun and the Emperor, there's a decisive, directional, powerful, masculine thrust forward into understanding how you can not have your vulnerability betrayed, or how you can live or work or exist in a way that does not destruct your balance, dishonor limitation, and betray your authenticity or vulnerability. So this is the name of the game for you this month, Capricorn. And I think that you can have extreme success here. The Emperor is one of the best success cards. So whenever I see the Emperor in a reading, it says to me that issues are overcome. Direct solutions exist for problems. We have the authority in our lives to make the said changes. These aren't changes that are going to throw your life into disarray. This isn't a matter of life and death or something that will introduce a difficult existential crisis to follow through on. Sometimes in life, some people even have to experience extreme crisis just to step back into their authenticity and vulnerability. Not the case for you this month, Capricorn. You have the direct solution available, and that comes towards the end of the month if you don't already have it as you're listening. But I just wanted to validate that for you, that you have the power, resources, and authority to safely make this change, which deals with not betraying your own vulnerability and authenticity, and which deals with allowing your body to truly heal. So on that note, Capricorns, let's get into the week to week. Week number 1 of May, you have the 7 of Wands rooted down by 7 of Cups reversed. 2 sevens together. I don't mind the 7s as a number in the tarot. 5s and 10s to me, and 9s are all more difficult. But 7, I would say, would fall about behind that. So this is, 2 7s coming up together. Things are heading a direction in the first week that they could become difficult if you don't get clear on what you want, if you don't find a way to positively channel built up difficult emotions. I'm feeling like anger, sadness, defensiveness have built up, and now that is investing itself into the goals and future that we are planning. So we've got to get rid of this pent up aggression and powerlessness that you felt for a while, so that it's not taking control of the ego and sort of creating a lot of disarray in our lives. It's going to be important to get out of disarray, to get out of chaos in the first week, to understand clearly and truly what you want as a person, because those answers will be there. I feel very strongly. And 7 of Cups, I like it more reversed because it says to me that you see it. Like, you see how you might be really culminating a lot of energy, or contributing a lot of energy to something which is not truly good for you. So that's not going to be right for everyone. Not all Capricorns are in that place, but a lot of you will be able to relate to feeling like you're investing everything into something which is not needing to take all of your energy. So understanding what that is and moving into the second week, Temperance reverse, you're down by the Star reverse, such a huge week for you, and seeing the damage that has done, or seeing the truth of having to do that, like maybe this goal or this ambition that you've had for a long time, you see truly what it takes, or you see truly if it's not right. And for those of you with goals that are right, or who have been doing well with the Saturn energy, you will see so clearly how the validation of that, like promotions, bonuses, raises, feeling like what used to take you hours and loads of energy now comes so easily. There's like a level up there. But for all Capricorns, you will see to a certain degree that something with the stress response, or the vulnerability, has been distempered. So all Capricorns have a bit of a call to action relating to how they compartmentalize, relating to how they process emotions, and how they then live or exist within them. Capricorn is one of those signs that can be very emotional about something and then get over it quite quickly, and it can still be broiling deep down, but they're kind of like good on the outside. And then the smallest little thing can cause an explosion. That might sound a bit scorpionic, but Capricorn can be this way as well. And I feel you to be that way right now. So again, second week in a row of me feeling like the pent up aggression, anger, discontentment, powerlessness, lack of authority, lack of control, building and swirling for a long time, has to find creative, healthy outlets, because it does surge up in inconvenient ways sooner than later. Week number 3, Capricorns, the Sun rooted down by 6 of Pentacles. That's okay. It's better to me than what we've been speaking about so far. Lots of clearness. So I love that the Sun comes in upright for you after, a bit of darkness and a bit of lack of clarity. It really gives honesty to the situation. It really gives true perspective. So if you're looking for perspective, seek that out in the third week. It's a good time to ask questions. It's a good time to understand what you've signed up for. Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Six of Pentacles, maybe some important questions need to be asked about what you're legally getting yourself into, what legal rights you're taking on, what, contractual obligations exist within your current circumstances. Saturn moving retrograde can make these things a little bit not correct. So yes, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, looking at all the things, because it will be easier than you expect it to be. There's a little window of time in the third week to work on that and to see really clearly what you're signing up for, what you've been signed up for, and what you're expected. What people expect of you will become clear. And also, as you move into the fourth week, the Emperor rooted down by Two of Pentacles reversed, the authority to really mold that into what is truly right for you. So by the second week, we need to have understood what's right. We need to have tempered our emotions with our reality. We need to have accepted healing and understood what our authenticity and vulnerability entails and how to not betray that. So by the third week, we can see the truth. And by the fourth week, we can start to make the changes. Okay. Choices. Two of Pentacles reversed says that you might not want to make this decision. This might be a hard decision. This might be one that would just be easier to put off and ignore for a little while. But you have the power, the sovereignty over your life, and the ability to make it happen there. So you need to make a decision. I feel like Capricorn needs to make a decision during the fourth week and not fear what the outcome of that could be, because, well, it's not necessarily that you need to make the decision or that it even needs to be a difficult decision for anyone, including yourself. It's just that you don't want to see that second week energy of both of the authenticity, vulnerability, balance cards of the tarot to be reversed. You don't want that to stay that way. And it's like the universe works in really great tandem with our needs. The Emperor and the Sun comes in after you have a bit of difficulty with vulnerability and authenticity. Strong masculine ability for a thrust of change, clear clarity, understanding, control. You get a gift of control during the fourth week. Will you just ignore that? This is where it all starts, Capricorn. This is where it all comes about. You're the most passive control sign of the zodiac. The most passive, tangible control sign, I would say. You sometimes, for the good of other people, will push things away if you feel it hurts others and just take the brunt of it. It's the martyr energy of a control sign. Not the martyr energy like Pisces, but this is the martyr energy of a control sign, a sign that has the choice, okay, and will take a lot for their loved ones. Don't martyr yourself during the fourth week is all that I can say. Make the choice, do what's right. You know what you need to do. You know what's good for you and what's good for your family and good for the people you care about. And it should be legal, right, authentic, and be helpful towards everyone. This isn't something that gets you ahead at the cost of other people. The decision-making process has to be really good here, and the right decision needs to be made, and you will know what it is. You will know what's right, what's true, what's honest, what's valorous, all of those types of things. It will come to you, and you need to follow through on it, I think. Your central theme is King of Pentacles, so look at what you have to build this month. So King of Pentacles is your energy, Capricorn. That is you building up to your potential through these hard changes, through these decisions, through these, understanding of what you're obligated towards and tempering that with what is right for you and what you can actually do, and not getting lost in some sort of false false conception, there we go, some false conception of what you thought was right before but doesn't actually match up to who you are now. Breaking past that, breaking out of those shackles, getting things right and making the right choices, you become King of Pentacles, very wealthy, very good Saturn energy to move through this continued retrograde. So that's the name of the game this month, is just becoming more you, building yourself, okay? Thank you so much, Capricorns. I hope this reading has resonated for you. My name is Sky. I do these readings every month. If you're new, be sure to subscribe below. It's a great way to support my channel and to help the growth and to help get this stuff out there, as well as liking and commenting on the video. That also helps. So I also have a tab for donation below in the description box. If you would like to tip, the smallest amount, again, is so helpful because this is a free service. So it's just, a lot of effort. And if you would like to help the future of this, you can leave a donation, or you can also join my Patreon page and get these readings early and ad-free. There's a lot of options available. I have other healing resources over there, as well as my social media. It's all below if you'd like to book a private reading or understand more about what I do. there's a lots of stuff down there. Anyway, Capricorns, good luck. This month really gets you going and gets you closer to where you need to be. Saturn retrograde, fun, Pluto, Jupiter retrograde. We'll talk soon. I've got videos on all those contents. Be sure to check below. Bye, Capricorns.